Hey guys, what's cracking, man? Wow, wow. How's everybody doing, man? Uh, Hope everybody's doing great, man. Got a great show for you guys tonight, man. A great show for you guys tonight. We are live and direct. Wow, jeez. We are live and direct, man. It's a lot going on out here. Um, it's a lot going on. I'm gonna tell you like this. There's a lot going on tonight, man. There's a lot going on. Mm. And it's spread. It's spread. It is. Oh man, let me tell you something. America is very based right now, man. America is very, very based right now. We are very, very based, man. People are not with this shit. People are not with this protesting shit. People are tired of this shit. If the Latinos thought they were gonna find a sympathetic ear, I don't know where they're gonna find it at, man. The only people supporting them are other annoying groups. Maybe they can link up with the trans group. Latin trans, Latransex. They can become Latransex. Because, I mean, people are not feeling this shit. People are not feeling this shit, dog. I was like, I was trying to see who they were going to link up with, who they were going to find allies with. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's not looking good, Jack. It is not looking good, Jack. It is not looking good, Jack. Okay. It is not looking good. Shout out to S Freak, man. He says send them back. Alexander Barron says, where's the hangout from June 4th? I'm gonna repost that one. I cut that one up. YouTube took it down. YouTube took it down. I'm gonna drop some of those tomorrow, man. I got them all cut up. I just haven't dropped them yet. Wow. Salute to Alexander Barron. Um, Shout out to Alexander Barron. I'm gonna cut them up. This right here, they've quieted that thing down, man. They quieted that thing down, man. They have quieted that thing down. I will give them that. But you know there's protest everywhere. You know there's protests in other places. We'll go check in on the protests in other places right now, man. There's there's protests in other places. Dallas. This is Dallas. This is Dallas. Did you know they're protesting in Dallas? They're protesting in Dallas. This is Dallas, y'all. Dallas. 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 This is they're protesting in Dallas now. They're protesting in Dallas. This is Dallas. It's spreading. I told you. Press one. I told you that yesterday. I told you that yesterday. Nip it in the bud, or it's going to spread. I told you that yesterday. I told you that yesterday. Nip it in the bud, or it's going to grow. I told you, nip it in the bud. Alexander Barron says, expect another super chat when you have reposted. Okay. I got you, Alexander Barron. I'm going to repost that. You want to see it. You want to see that. Shout out to Wib Stoven. No illegals allowed in our nation. Look at all these fat women. These,
He had his camera. He said he's coming back with Mars. But, he's got to go get his gear.
Hey yo, everybody. Everybody. Sign up for Kick, man. Everybody.
I'm surprised they let me continue. Is it past 10 o'clock? At 10 o'clock they have a ordinance law that even but being loud. Nuisance law. But they probably this is a sensitive situation.
Everybody sign up for Kick. Sign up for Kick. Sign up for Kick because I want to show some graphic stuff tonight, man. And I can't show it on here. I want to show you guys some graphic stuff, man. A YouTuber was killed recently, man, by another YouTuber. And the killing is graphic. He killed him on camera. A YouTuber killed another YouTuber on camera. And we got to discuss that, man. So everybody sign up for Kick. It's in the pinned comment, man. It's in the description box. Everybody go subscribe to my Kick because we're going to be switching over there later on. We're going to be switching over to Kick later on. And I don't want you guys to get caught when we switch. I want y'all to be ready to just go over there. Everybody, let me put that in a let me actually put that as a let me actually put that as one. Um,
Right, right, yeah. If you got it on your skin, it's there. So you don't want to transfer it. I'm a spice guy, man. I've only seen one pepper that I couldn't tolerate. It was called ghost pepper. Oh, ghost pepper. Yeah, it was in Haiti. Man, okay, I mean, I'm just gonna eat it, right? And, oh, I'm gonna eat it, right? I ate that sucker, and it was like, as soon as it got past my throat, woo, man, it
wow.
didn't let go of me for a
Um,
second.
let's see what was going on earlier today, man.
You gotta
We're gonna have to look at what was going on earlier today, man, until we get some new news, man, on what's going on. Um, I'm just shocked that people like nobody's riding with them. Like nobody's riding with the Latinos, man. Nobody. They can't find a friend. They can't buy a friend.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna drop the link, man. I'm gonna drop the link. Let me drop the link, man. Yeah, everybody get over the kick. We're gonna show some graphic stuff a little bit later on in the show. So everybody make sure you subscribe to Kick, man. Let me let me turn this down, man. Go ahead, guys. What's your thoughts?
Salute, Doc.
What's up,
Um,
man? What's your thoughts?
I mean, what are my thoughts on the protests, or why they're not having any? Why they're not getting any friends?
Uh why they not getting any friends, man?
Well, it's quite simple, really. I mean, the fucking gliders are tired of them. Like, the gliders are running out of sympathy for a lot of groups.
Everybody. Glad at the time, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And the Suns don't want to support them because that's one more group that's going to compete for glider resources and
Right.
tiger resources
But
too.
usually, hold on. But let me tell you this. Usually, sons are not that bright. So, like, I mean, I thought that too, and I was thinking, I was pondering on that today, and I was like, sons aren't bright like that. Sons usually do stupid shit. Why are they now deciding to like for the most part. Now there's a lot of them still supporting the and you know what it is. When I was watching Whitlock, it came to me, man. He said it. If they think it pisses off white people, they'll be for it. If black people think it pisses off white people, they'll be for it. So there's a lot of black people that are still supporting this shit, but it's more than I thought that are against it. And it made me think, and then I had to think about why are so many black people against this more than usual. And I was like, wow, I couldn't figure it out. I drew a blank.
This is insane, and it's more than. There's a lot of big money behind this. Big money.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. This is the
Yeah,
same
that's the
people
story that needs to be told.
well, the same people that were behind Gaza could be behind this because here's the thing, like this is this is something that you know the Gaza people couldn't do. The Gaza people, they were kind of like it was kind of like a college bound protest. It was it took root in college campuses, and it just didn't go all, and it was under a different presidency too. But this one right here, this is going. This is a different group. These are not students. These are not Ivy League kids. UCLA. Think about the colleges where the Gaza protests took off at. Those are the type of colleges where those kids come from great families. Even if they're jackasses, those kids come from great families. And those kids don't want to die. And those kids do not want to go to prison for the rest of their lives. These people right here, a lot of these people are illegal aliens, criminals, gangbangers. You know what I mean? It's a different group of people.
Serenos.
Less lower IQ people. You know what I mean? These are not students. These are not top flight students. These are not people that would get 1,400 on their SAT. These are people that probably would just quit, would get frustrated and quit the SAT. They would look like
They get extra time on the SAT.
Yeah, but I took the SAT. Did you take it, KB?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took it. So it's like, and I got attention deficit disorder, and it took me a while. I was the last person in the room, but I still finished it. I still got got a 980 on it, and I didn't know any of the math. I didn't do any of the math. I just did ABCD on the math. ABCD, down the line on the math. But I'm good at
that would explain your score
in history. Yeah, I'm good at reading, writing, history. I didn't really do well after fractions, and for decimals. I was kind of like that's kind of like the limit to where I got. I never really got into like pre-calc and stuff like that and things like that. I never really got into that.
Art, do you think if schools just taught math to the Sun kids, like, hey, if you want to build a drug business, you need to learn your decimals and fractions, would that help?
No, because you either can do it or you're not. These concepts are still like spatial and abstract. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I mean, I got a good like history, reading, reading comprehension too. I can comprehend reading. You know what I'm saying?
For
I was
sure.
great at that, man. I got like 750 on the reading on the verbal part. on the verbal part of the SAT. You know what I'm saying? But the other part, I just bombed that shit, man.
Where
Get
the
your fat
Marines
ass
at?
in front of the fucking. Yeah, that shows you how fast the car can go up, though, right? Isn't that impressive? I've seen that too. I've done that. I've set cars on fire myself too. I've seen it with
Like
my
a
own
piece of
eyes, man.
paper.
But it's still amazing. It's still amazing to see that how fast they go up.
I've been trying to sign up with Kick for the past 10 minutes. The fucking thing won't accept a password.
Yo, sign up for Kick. Keep trying, man. We're gonna go over there. We got to do the story about the YouTuber that killed the other YouTuber.
I,
The
I,
Reno
I can
YouTuber.
see it without signing up. Do I need to sign up to see what you're going to send?
Yeah. Make sure you and we're gonna be on X too with that too. We're gonna be on X and Kick. But I mean, I think you guys need to definitely sign up for Kick because
I
we're
never
gonna be
heard this
doing.
site. I never heard this site before. How long have you been around?
You never heard of Kick? Oh, Kick is all the rage with the kids, man. Kick is a big site. Make sure y'all support the channel. Still make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the super chat, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. Support the channel, man. This right here, these people don't have any support, man. And Tr. Why do you think they don't have any support? I'm talking about none. Like
Hey,
except like the celebrities and shit.
well, see, that's the thing, because they don't have any support, but according to media, all media, mainstream media, it's all Donald Trump's fault. And like as I'm
Yeah,
watching
it's
this,
amazing, isn't it?
the streets are on fire. I'm just thinking to myself, how long do we gotta wait for a actual populist wing media platform, something that's on 24/7, where they're literally, I don't care if they're talking about, if it's kosher, if it's the kosher right daily, not Daily Wire, but if it's just that Tim Pool, Steven Crowder, all them people who are still on the verge of saying Israel's our greatest ally, but then clicking up and having their own media, because if you
Yes!
see what's going
Bloody
on,
thing!
they're playing stupid.
Bloody thing.
What are you
So yeah,
saying?
everybody's,
Bloody Kick. I never
Bloody
got it.
hell.
It
What
won't,
the hell?
yeah,
it
no,
won't,
that kind of creeped me out. I thought that was somebody yelling in the protest. I was like, what the hell
Yeah,
going
what
on?
the hell was
This,
that?
you got to see the bigger picture. Have you seen? Do you know what's been happening here on this
No,
island?
we
uh,
don't know what's happening there, man.
Well, the migrant invasion is somewhat different. They've been single men crossing the channel, the English Channel, in boats from France,
Yeah, we covered
thousand more
that.
a day. They've been dumping them in working class communities all over the place, and in Ireland as well. And in Ireland, in particular, the police have been treating the natives with incredible. I mean, it's willful destruction. Here, it's the government. It's part and parcel of it. They're trying to destroy us. They're trying.
Hmm.
They've driven all the wealthy people out of the country. They're bringing
well,
all
yeah,
of them,
that's obvious.
and they're qualitatively different. I mean, there's hardly any families come in. It's all single men. We don't know where the fuck they come from, but they throw away their passports before they get here, and they're just accepting them, and they're putting up hotels all over the place. They're costing billions, and the left is supporting them.
It's
They're
too
blaming the
late for
rich.
y'all though. Yeah, but yeah, we caught it just in time because of Trump. But y'all are done.
Yeah, they
Y'all
are
are
done.
done.
And
Yeah.
another thing that America has that the UK doesn't is America has natural resources, so we can be self-sufficient on our own.
They have the
Uh,
Commonwealth. They're Commonwealth. They have the Commonwealth. They have They have Australia. They have Jamaica. They have
mm,
Canada. They have England has Nigeria. They got a lot of colonies that they
mm.
extract resources from.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
right? Is that right, Alexander Barron? Or
Not
yeah, still?
anymore. No, not anymore.
Yeah, I was
Oh
about
yeah, I
to
don't.
say because Nigeria was actually demanding because of course they exchange their so they would be taking pretty much taking the gold and pretty much backing it with loans like that what do they call it, the fiat money. Nigeria pretty
Uh-huh.
much said, "Hey, we want our gold back." So
Oh
it's
wow.
like so yeah, man.
Pantheon's
They're
in the back.
Okay. All right.
okay.
Um. Okay.
Yeah, so
Uh.
England's kind of fucked. They're screwed.
Yeah. Y'all are
They
done.
need Saudi Arabia. They need Saudi Arabia to
It's
come through.
difficult to believe that once that we were the greatest empire, in the world on which the sun never set. It's
Yeah.
difficult.
Y'all don't get no
Small island
damn.
nation.
Y'all don't get no resources from India no more. I
Well,
used to have
they said it's
the
Premier India.
Commonwealth. What happened to the
No,
Commonwealth, man?
morning.
The
What
Commonwealth.
happened to the
Morning, morning.
Commonwealth?
It's,
Pantheon. What happened to the Commonwealth? How come you?
No, the
What happened to
Commonwealth is
that?
still there, but the Commonwealth is, um, it's more if the nations want to join. So it's more just cultural, kind of soft power, but not really hard power. We have been giving India aid, even though they have a space program.
Oh shit!
it's
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna need a little some
We've been
proof.
giving them foreign aid, so yeah.
Damn. Damn. Everybody sign up for Kick. Did you sign up for Kick? Pantheon.
I haven't. I didn't hear about Kick. Like for me, it's I just have too many websites and things. There's too much to sign on to. But we can still watch it
Well,
from StreamYard,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm
um.
StreamYarding through Kick.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're
that's fine
Yeah,
for me.
gonna.
I clicked the
Okay,
StreamYard. I clicked the StreamYard and clicked and on Kick and
okay.
it brought me right
We're
here.
gonna. We're gonna. We're gonna be. What do you mean you kick the stream? Or you kick the stream guard on Kick? What does that mean? I don't. I don't know how that works.
We can see it on StreamYard, even if you're on
So
Kick.
you're on the StreamYard app.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, then how do you access? You just go, it tells you it's live.
Yeah, it's been live
Well,
for 33 minutes.
yeah. So I mean, on Kick, you had the StreamYard link there. So when I logged in, I already had a Kick account though. So when I logged in,
Oh, only
uh,
because you're on the show. Yeah, but then people. I'm talking
okay.
about people
Oh, gotcha.
in the chat. Yeah, yeah. People in the chat. Make sure you guys sign up for Kick. We're gonna be showing some graphic stuff later. This right here, there's no support for these people, man. No
Well, there's
support
no
for these
support.
people.
I mean, LA County's still in ashes, from the past 6 months. Why do they want to burn down the remaining buildings they have? It's stupidity for people who shouldn't even be here. And the points were made 2 days ago that if you've been here for 10, 15 years, I don't care if you've been, quotes, working hard. If you didn't put yourself and your family immediately into a legal program to try and get citizenship, even though you've done something wrong, there's no sympathy. So Wicked, I don't care if the people are the nicest people on the planet, they're criminals.
Yeah, where you
Like,
at,
full
Wicked?
stop. You shouldn't be here.
I think Wicked, he's done after last show. He knows he lost.
No, Wicked always comes back. But Wicked, he's accepted it before. He does have the thing of those are his people first at the end of the day. So he will always give that support to them.
So this is 7-Eleven store took on the anti-ICE rioters in LA and won.
brown on brown crime.
Yeah, there's like a 7-Eleven on every corner, man. You can just go to the next one, man. Hey, what do y'all have? What's y'all 7-Eleven over there in England? Somebody got a
So we
lot of
have our
fucking
big
noise.
supermarkets have kind of mini stores. So you'd have Tesco, Metro, you'd have Sainsbury's local, you have M&S, little M&S. So it's like the big supermarkets have mini stores, but then you also have corner stores, which a lot of the Patels basically came to the UK and started running.
Y'all don't have no like nothing like 7-Eleven that's just franchised and stuff like that.
I think co-op would be one. But yeah, no,
we
it
need
tends to be the big supermarkets have mini corner stores, if you want to say that.
nah, brother. We need some roof Koreans like we had in the '90s, bro. That's the only thing that's gonna save Los Angeles right now. Roof Koreans.
Maybe.
It says, while cities are going up in flames and businesses are being looted, Gavin Newsom's wife was seen shopping in Beverly Hills sporting a $2,650 handbag, $485 sneakers, and flanked by a full security detail. Yeah.
Unbothered. Hashtag unbothered.
Right. Hey, that's a
The
bad look.
cheapest looking
She looks at it. She's looking at people like you're peasants.
Yeah, she should.
All those Goyard bags look like Ghana Must Go bags. It's crazy.
This is communism 101. Yeah.
I'm sure she listen, he hasn't done anything right since this started, Gavin Newsom. I'm sure though, like they have to be trying to like their handlers, Gavin Newsom's handlers have to be like trying to kind of like I could get a hold on this and try to like, PR,
Well,
spin this.
after the Jan 6 thing, they really don't have a leg to stand on. They were complaining about Jan 6, which was factually about a 30 to 45-minute incident. No people were killed.
Nobody
No
died.
property. Nobody died. Nothing was on fire.
Well, flashing a bit.
So they were talking about Jan 6. They've been talking about it ever since. And now we have an actual situation, civil unrest, and they have no leg to stand on.
Yeah, but hold on, Mac Knight. You know that's not how it works. People are fucking morons, and
Absolutely.
and you're thinking logically. That's why I couldn't put my finger on why people aren't supporting this. Like, why? I mean, when I say people, of course, celebrities, but why every day they don't have a group? Like, usually you can find help here, help there, help with this group. There's nobody supporting this.
Well, the thing is this, Los Angeles has been through this several times. I mean, in recent memory, we're talking about the riots from Rodney King. We're talking about the riots
eons
from
ago. That's eons ago. Nobody remembers that.
I remember.
Nobody. No,
I remember.
no. But what I'm saying is that this is a new generation. This generation. These people were born at that time. Like
these are millennials and under.
Yeah. So like, why are these? Why are they not? Why are we not seeing like a groundswell like with this? Like this thing has.
well, who are you expecting
the comments?
Who are you
I don't
expecting
know.
it to come from exactly?
I don't know.
Who do you expect to have a problem with this?
The people that hate Trump.
Trump the
Okay,
rage.
well,
Trump the rage people.
The people that hate white people.
Well, hang on. Yeah, so we're talking about Trump right now. So this is a situation where Trump is damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. If he does not quell the riots, people will accuse him of letting Los Angeles burn, even though the first person who has the authority to send in the National Guard is the governor. So if Trump does nothing, then he's at fault because he's letting California burn because California does not support him. If he does something, which is send in the National Guard, now suddenly we are in a police state it's martial law. He's a
racist.
tyrant, etc. So there's really no win for Trump here. But
He rejected the sending the National Guard during the summer of Floyd. It should, if he'd done that. Well, I don't know. It's probably a good thing because Trump 2024 is bigger than Trump 2020 would have been.
Well, here's the thing too about
to sort everything out. I mean, look at the people he's put in positions now: Bondi, Patel, Bongino, people like that, and he didn't do that before.
All losers.
Well, I mean, whatever. But if you think they're losers,
they're not losers. They're not losers, but they
definitely
got families.
See, the thing about
families are at
Bongino,
risk.
man. Thing about Bongino, he's taking a lot of flack right now because he won't go after Epstein and on the Epstein files and all that stuff. But you got to think about it like this: when he was a YouTuber, he was YouTube. I mean, well, not YouTuber, but he was Rumble streaming. He was Rumble streaming. He's the fucking director of the FBI now, or assistant director, whatever the fuck he is right now. He's not gonna be the same fucking guy he was on fucking Rumble. Like,
I get it.
How do people
hang
not
on.
understand that?
Prior to
I
that,
get it. I get
prior
it.
to that, prior to
that,
that, Dan Bongino was actually a Secret Service agent. Myron Gaines was actually a Homeland Security agent. And arguably, I don't know how much you social media leeches make, but arguably we're talking about like multi-millionaires. So
I ain't thinking nothing right now. Make sure y'all hit the PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Support the channel, guys. Sponsor the show. We coming through with Full Metal Jackets. Go ahead.
Do you know why I think they haven't done anything about the Epstein files? I think it's all bollocks, all of it. I think it was just Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, of course you do.
The two women who made the most noise, Virginia Giuffre and Sarah Ransom. They were whores. Giuffre was a procurer for him.
Bloody hell, mate.
If you compare,
You know what I'm wondering, guys? Hold on. Let me get a word in real fast. I haven't said anything before. How come they arrested? How did they arrest what's his name, Jeffrey Epstein, if he was so connected?
That's right.
Like,
I think it's all bollocks.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he knew all those people who were fucking, fucking kid, like, doing all that pedophilia shit, how come they arrested him in the first place?
I don't know, man. Like, do you believe in the tooth fairy?
He crossed somebody.
Are we talking about what's happening right now in real life?
About
conspiracy theories.
Paedophile ring. That was all bollocks.
Yeah. Here's my thing, though.
If you compare Epstein with the grooming gang scandal in Britain, what did he do? He recruited girls 14, 15 to massage him. That's all. I don't believe any of that other shit.
No, it's
That's
not.
all?
Alexander Barron. Don't even
That's
start.
all?
So where's the evidence?
Don't even start that.
Man,
We're gonna
where's
sit there and say desert demons haven't been
where's Fisherman?
procuring white
Somebody
and non-Muslim
Can
girls.
somebody get
from
Fisherman on the
Turkey.
call?
Well, here's the thing, too. You got to also understand, too, about Epstein, that he led a public life and a private life as far as what he was doing. So it's kind of like Diddy. Like, for instance, there's people that were around Diddy as just for music. Like everybody wasn't getting pissed on and shit. Everybody wasn't getting rubbed down in baby oil. It was people that really just. And then remember, he would say, "All right, the party's over. The freak off's about to start." There are people that left then, and there's people that stayed.
Yeah, that there are always people. People like that always test someone when they first kind of get into their arena.
But my point is, Pantheon, is that all of them are in pictures with Diddy.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
And all
No,
of them are
they're
in videos
100%
with Diddy.
complicit. They're
So
100% complicit.
no, they're not. Because they're just fucking showing up to the after party of the fucking Soul Train Awards at Diddy's fucking house. That's not a fucking crime.
People knew what Diddy was about years before this
It
came
don't
out,
matter.
just
Listen,
like
it
people
don't.
knew
And a lot of that
who.
stuff was whispers. Nobody would be surprised at
Come
what they were
on,
hearing in these.
man.
Yeah, but
You know,
if I'm hearing all this stuff about you, Ag, and then someone says, "Do you know what? Ag is having a party. Let's go."
no,
I
no,
am
no.
not
Listen,
going
listen,
there
listen,
like
listen, listen.
naive. I'm going there
No,
with those
listen.
assumptions
I
No,
agree,
already
no,
in my
no,
Pantheon.
no,
mind,
no,
Yes.
maybe
no.
checking
Let
for
me
that.
tell you
Where
this.
there's
Let me
smoke,
tell you
there's
this.
fire.
Hold on. Let
No,
me tell you
no,
this.
it's
Let
really.
me tell you this. Hold on. Let me tell you this. In Hollywood, in the music industry, a man powerful like Diddy, a man with um can get you a record contract, can get your song put on the soundtrack to the hottest movie. A guy who can get you your publishing. I mean, as much moves as Diddy's got, as much motion as he's got, he's rubbing shoulders with powerful people who ain't down with that shit. You acting like the only way Puffy could be around those people is because he fucking rubbing them down with baby boy and
You're
pissing on
taking it
them.
out of
That's
context,
not
Doc. Let
true.
me ask you
He
a
gets to
question.
be around those
You
people
can't really
because he's
compare
Puffy.
Diddy to Epstein.
Let me ask you
No,
a question,
what
Og.
I'm
I mean,
saying
Two
is
like,
he
different
can be around.
operations.
He
oh,
can be
Og,
around. He
I
can be in
thought
the
they were the
same room.
same, honestly.
He can hold
Og.
on. He can be in the same room without any of that weird shit because he's Diddy.
But who would want to reasonably be in the
I
same
would.
room?
Shit, when I was in the music and back in the day when we just heard whispers about this, everybody didn't know all this shit.
All right, well, let me ask you this, Og.
Everybody didn't know all this pissing shit
Would
and
you
They'd love
let
to
Michael
making
Jackson
a mess.
babysit your kids? Would you let Michael
Yes.
Jackson babysit your kids?
Like
Michael
Michael
Jackson,
Jackson.
Yes.
Michael
Michael
Jackson
Jackson
was
has
framed.
never been convicted of a crime.
Michael
Would
Jackson
you
was
let
framed.
Michael Jackson babysit your kids, Og?
maybe. But here's the
Oh,
thing: if I
fuck
was
off, man.
no, hold on. If I was a fucking, if I was a Michael Jackson fan and I believed that those shit was lies, maybe. But me, no. But what are there a bunch of people who would? Yes, there's a bunch of people who did. But what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying though. A lot of this stuff is whispers and it's rumors. Everybody acting like they always knew he was pissing on people and had cash. He was gargling, piss. They was hiring prostitutes to piss on her, and he was like raping men. Niggas did not know that. We would not have been bumping his music if we thought he was fucking men.
I
Stop it.
still bump R. Kelly, even though he was pissing on teenagers.
No, no,
I
listen,
still bump R. Kelly.
R. Kelly was
listen,
different. R. Kelly was
listen.
different.
Kanye, look at Kanye for instance. We just found out he was sucking dick for like 5 years,
Bump R.
right?
Kelly.
Right. We just
R.
found
Kelly's
out
trolling
about
y'all,
Kanye.
bro. R. Kelly's trolling y'all.
Do you think anybody thought that Kanye sucked dick for like 7 years?
Kanye is
You-
trolling y'all, bro. He is. I don't know if he sucked dick or not. What I'm saying is,
I don't know
even
about
if he
that.
sucked, if
He's
Kanye
not
West,
trolling. He's
if
getting it off
Kanye
his chest.
West, if
They're all
Kanye
And
West
gay.
sucked
he
dick,
is a talented
then
musician. It makes
And
sense
they're not
actually.
all gay. They're not all gay. They're not all gay. Everybody's
man,
not gay, bro.
they are all gay.
No,
Because you get to a certain
everybody's not
point,
gay.
when you get to a certain tax bracket, you fucked all the women
They're
on
all
earth
pretty
that
gay.
you ever want to fuck.
Nah.
You no, hang on,
I
hear me out, hear me out.
okay, go ahead.
We're talking about men who they're wealthy, they are famous. I don't know what I would do within 2 years of the kind of wealth and fame that these individuals that we're talking about would do. So you're talking about Kanye's been in the game, what, 20 years, R. Kelly, 20 years, Diddy, what, 30? I'm spitballing here, but at a certain point, it's like drugs, man. Like you've already fucked the most beautiful women on earth, well-named people. At a certain point, it's not enough. And that's when we get into the
But you know
men.
what you're
And
forgetting? You know what you're
unfortunately,
forgetting?
that's when we get into the children. And
Let me
we
tell you
cannot
what you're
comprehend
forgetting.
that because we don't have that level of fame and fortune,
Nah,
sir.
let me tell you what you're forgetting. Let me tell you the main thing you're forgetting, right? Okay, I'm famous and I'm just a player. I fucking all the bitches and I'm traveling around 99 problems and the bitch ain't one, right? And then I get invited to the party and they say, hey, if you want to take the next step to be a mogul, you got to do this shit. Okay, and here's the thing. When you have sex with a man, guess what has to happen? your dick has to get hard. And listen, I just don't believe that every man dick can get hard for a man. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that just because you
That's
show
not in
somebody some
dispute.
money, their
That's not in
dick can
dispute.
get hard for a man. I
Hawk, that's
don't
not in
believe that. I
dispute. That is
believe
not
that
in dispute.
most men are, because we're wired over centuries and eons of evolution, to be aroused by females. I believe, yes, there's glitches in the system,
Are you
obviously.
serious right now? Do you understand that
But what I'm saying
the
is,
do you understand where
you're saying
HIV comes from in the black community? It comes from these down low niggas who go to jail. They're
no, but hold
fucking men
on.
or they're getting fucked by men.
I
Come
get
on
it, but
now.
It hasn't come
everybody,
from
listen,
heroin use, bro.
everybody in prison is not fucking men. That's not true. Everybody in prison is not fucking men. Yes, there are. It does happen. I wish I would love to see a survey or a guard, correctional officer who worked at a prison. Give us some information. We have some. If do we have a correctional officer in the building? Hit the link. Hit the StreamYard link. Somebody put the StreamYard link in the chat. I
We've
want a
had one on the
correctional
show
officer.
before.
Isn't
No
I
that
would,
Wicked.
I
doubt.
would, I'd like to speak on this, man, because I'm a huge fan of yours.
He had some good
But
stories.
I also watch a lot of different YouTube channels. One being 1090 Jake. Somebody's probably heard of him.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! Don't tell.
And
Then
well,
90
hang
J
on,
went to
hang
jail for
on.
2 weeks
I've
and tried to get
heard
like
of
crazy.
okay, all right. So what I'm saying, all right, how about this? Better example. I've written papers on prison for criminal justice. Okay, there's a big misconception in the world that if you go to prison, you're automatically going to get raped. That is not true. The reason
Right?
why it's not true is because there are so many people in prison
Exactly.
who do it willingly.
No,
Exactly.
definitely not.
But you
So
think it's
why would the
you think
rap
it's
community be any
50%?
different?
But do
Definitely
you think
not.
it's 50%? Do you think it's half of them? I don't think it's half. I think it's probably 30% maybe, or 25%. I don't think it's. I don't think
Bro, Magic
the
Johnson
majority of
still
people
running
are in there.
around. Magic Johnson still running around here. All right, let's talk about statistics,
What
right?
does Magic Johnson have to do with prison?
Can I continue, please? All right. So, statistically speaking, a heterosexual male
Why are we even
has
talking about prison?
well, I'm trying to make a
No,
point
I
here.
just want to make this. Yeah, we're gonna move on, but reason I'm saying that because I don't believe you can just come to somebody and say, "Hey, man, you rich and famous. You want to be richer and famouser? Go fuck this man." And he just be like, "All right, cool," and his shit get bone hard, and he fucked the man. You gotta be like aroused by men.
Okay. No, no,
Men
no, no, no,
can't
no, 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 no. No,
be
I
you
don't
raped.
think
said
you do,
you
He'll give
Alex.
him
said
Viagra. He'll give him
hang on.
Viagra and other stuff to make him hard. You
No,
know.
y'all are missing
I
this.
think you
There are
just
there are pitchers and takers. It doesn't have to be
I was
you
gonna
have to
say
go
you're
fuck that
assuming
man.
everyone is the top when they're not.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
I mean,
ma'am.
and
So
There
it's
are
a
the
bit
that's
like
pitchers
even
and
saying
harder.
takers.
Yeah,
There
but
are
it's a bit
pitchers and
like saying,
takers.
oh, like if a woman is assaulted, oh, she can't. No, biologically there'll be a reaction, which is why a lot of rapists will be like, oh no, she enjoyed it. She was enjoying it. It's like no,
Most rape victims do have an
Exactly.
orgasm when they're
Exactly.
raped.
and
Most of
exactly.
them
that's
Like
do.
it's a biological
and
reaction. It's not that
that's
they
especially
had
to
to
gay
enjoy it.
to men.
I'm sorry to tell you this,
Exactly.
Ak. I'm sorry to tell you this, bro. You don't have to be hard to have sex with a man.
Can we go back to the riots? Because this is descending
yeah.
I
straight up.
We're
agree.
gonna,
I agree.
we're
Anyway,
gonna
I
Wholeheartedly.
wanted
move
to
on.
say, Alexander Barron, has anyone ever said you look like Charles Bronson with your hair shaved off?
I look like
No,
Charles Bronson.
No, Alexander
Oh,
Barron. Google
okay.
Charles Bronson, then look at
Yeah.
Alexander.
Oh, he's a bad
no, I don't
motherfucker.
look anything
Charles
like him.
Bronson's.
And
Yeah,
unlike
he's
Charles
bad.
Bronson, I only spent 2 years in prison, not
Of
not all
course
my
you like
life.
Charles Bronson.
I don't
Let's
do
let's let's see what Maxine Waters has to say.
Face mad
And
bitch.
even those who were out of step with what we are advocating, peaceful protest, did
Do we
not
have to?
create any violence. Nobody was shot, nobody was killed. Get it in your head. And so when martial law is called, what are you going to say? I missed the point. Don't miss the point, you all. Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. And I went from
What
downtown
street?
detention back out into the community, talking to people what happened in Paramount, what happened in Compton, what happened in Inglewood. So, first of all, get it straight. And don't just rely on what you're being told or the few incidents that you saw. Test.
Tell that to the shopkeepers, you mad bitch.
Don't believe your eyes.
She didn't leave her neighborhood. She didn't get on that other street.
Look at this. I mean,
It's not happening. It's an illusion. Look at this. What flag is that?
Demons.
Mexico, Holmes.
We have some guests on the panel from outside the U.S., right?
How do you
One,
justify that? The
Yes,
left
I'm
light
from
is good.
Mars.
The left
I
light
wanted
is
to I wanted to explain to you why why the left wing in the U.S. supports unchecked illegal immigration. Under
They do,
Biden, they let 11 million immigrants in the country
they
as fast
do it
as
for
they
vote.
could.
They
They
do
were
it for
caught
vote.
flying these guys to different cities on domestic flights around the country in the middle of the night. In the US, our Congress has designated districts that the members are elected from. The reason they move them around is because we redraw our congressional districts every so many years.
Yeah, but
They
we
were
know that.
inserting people into the districts for the purpose of giving the right to vote in elections. That's why California and all these sanctuary cities don't want ICE there to take them away.
Yes, because the districts do
Who
not
just spoke?
differentiate. The districts do not differentiate between legal citizens and illegal citizens. So, if you live in, let's say,
Congratulations.
Alabama, they don't differentiate. Your representatives, your level when you're in the Congress and the Senate is based on just the people who live there, whether they are legal or not. You're correct.
Exactly. And the Republicans are against illegal immigration, so they know damn well that they're guaranteed to vote Democrat when they insert 11 million people into all these little districts, and they'll keep winning in Congress that way.
Yeah, no,
Elon
I was
Elon
aware
went
of that.
further. He
Who's
said
the
they'd
one
get a police
speaking?
state.
Is it the same in those countries that you came from? Are they doing the same kind of thing over there
We're
with
in
the
the
voting?
UK, it's exactly the same.
No,
Which
it's
is
No,
which
different
is
here.
what
Europe is
Alexander
done.
said, where all
It's
these
different
young
here.
men are being, and I've said it before, they're being transported into like the most English of English villages, green and pleasant land, literally, and they're infiltrating these little villages. They're already in the towns, and yeah, it's just
The whole
invasion by
European Union is doing
invasion
that.
by invitation, if you want to say that.
Yeah, not by the natives though.
Well, last
And
time I
by
checked,
extension,
Pantheon,
all of Europe is trying to do that. All the Western nations of
Oh,
Europe are
Europe is
No,
done.
no,
subscribed
the
to that.
people who control Western Europe, not Western Europeans, and they're scumbag leftists like the so-called stand up to racism and
The
social
European countries that count: England or UK, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, yeah, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, all
Iceland?
going one way.
What about
nah, man,
Liechtenstein?
I was on X the other day, bro. Niggas is skiing now in Sweden, bro. Yo, it's a wrap.
Nah,
No,
nah.
Yes,
but
sir.
They're gonna be fighting
sons
in no
always want
time.
to do glider pursuits, which is what anyone wants to do. Once they get a level of money, they always want to do glider interests. It's like, but I thought you hate gliders. I thought they're the worst people in the world. Like, why do you keep wanting to do their cultural pursuits? Skiing, high fashion, golf, polo. Like, why do you want to do it? Because you
Because that's
What
consider
else
it
is
a
there?
level of
high
achievement. Why
class.
do desert
It's
demons want Formula One? Like,
high
why do they
class
always
activities.
dress in Western clothes? But we're all infidels.
Well, I know here in the United States, and I speak for myself, and I think other gliders here, who hopefully help me get into their community. I won't date any white women. I'll just settle for like Mexicans or Asians if you let them in too. But I think I speak for most Americans when I say, we have an answer here, a very easy and readily accessible answer here to this crisis. So, what do our friends over the pond? What are you guys thinking right now? What are you guys talking about in your pubs? Like, what's the end game here?
The end game. I was waiting for the weekend to say it because I don't have time. I'm going to go off in a bit, but I saw at the beginning of January that London, it's either London or the UK. I have to double check, but gliders will become a minority within 40 years. So I have to double check if that's London or England as a whole. And yeah, I'm preparing a whole rant on it for the weekend. So
They're
please
already a minority in
give me that
London.
grace because
There
I
are
was so pissed off when I saw that.
Pantheon. They are already a minority in
No,
London.
no, of course, they're already getting that way, but literally, like bred out below replace. I mean, on, they're just under replacement level right now, but
But do you
about
think?
to
And
be full
do you,
minority in the bastion of like Waspland
do
in
you
the
think?
world.
Do you
Insanity.
think? Hold on, Pantheon. Let me ask you this right now. Do you think that there's going to be any significant political changes in within those 40 years? I think.
Yes,
I think.
yes, because there are already desert demon like councillors and MPs, and
No, I
obviously
mean,
the more of them there are, they'll be getting into politics, local politics, be changing all these things, pushing Sharia law. I think it was probably a few months ago, I brought up the thing of the incestuous bill where they're arguing against um banning like incestuous relationships and cousin marriage. They're already arguing against that. So they're going to be pushing all these things and legally. Same thing with whoever spoke before Mac Knight talking about all the people being brought in. Once you have enough of them voting, you can disagree with it, but democratically, they've been voted in to do all these changes. We already have the mayor of London. He's been knighted. He's been the mayor of London for nearly 10 years plus. Nearly 12 years now. He's
Knighted.
ruined London. So yeah, it's just going to keep continuing.
but like, don't you think there's going to be any political pushback from gliders before that happens? The AFD has been getting ground in Germany. The Sweden Democrats have been getting ground in Sweden. Sweden has already cut off benefits to migrants and all that other stuff. I mean,
Have they really, though? I mean,
I think I'd like to answer
the
that
Trump
question.
guy in Germany, he didn't get enough to get a majority in parliament. Marine Le Pen, they've banned her from standing for 5 years or however long it was. There's Reform UK who's pushing immigration. They're trying to be like Labour is trying to rubbish them. So it's all these small parties that are growing, all like the WASP, the anti-immigration, all these parties that are growing. The left keeps trying to push them down, trying to make scandals, trying to do all these things, meaning that they would never reach like the levels of power they need to. But grassroots is growing. I just think the grassroots growing now is too late. Like it's
It's
way
very
too
Hey,
too
late.
you
late.
got
It's
to
far too late
remember,
because like we're talking about a country and countries where like I can say this right now. Hey,
you get
fuck niggas.
arrested from a social
No, no.
media post.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes, yeah. So if you can get arrested
You're
for saying
fucked.
something that's viewed as
And put in prison.
anti-Islamic and put in prison, so you can be arrested, charged, tried, and convicted of saying something on social media, there is no chance for any uprising, any peaceful uprising to take place. But you know what? You guys, I guess 30, 40 years ago gave up your gun rights, and that's why I'm fighting hard here not to do the same.
Yeah, let me say this.
even if we had our gun rights, do you think Americans would fight back if the government came in? Like, let's say the cops knocked in.
That's a
You
longer
posted something on
conversation,
social
man. Let
media. Would
Ock
they
finish,
open
man.
fire on the police?
Let's that's a longer conversation. Let's let Ock talk. He wants to move on.
Let me say this. She this is the mayor of LA.
I wanted to let the city know that I have declared a local emergency and issued a curfew for downtown Los Angeles to stop the vandalism, to stop the looting. Many businesses have now been affected by or vandalized. Last night there were 23 businesses that were looted, and I think that if you drive through downtown LA, the graffiti is everywhere and has caused significant damages to businesses and a number of properties. So my message to you is, if you do not live or work in downtown LA, avoid the area. Law enforcement
Don't
will
come to
arrest
LA.
individuals who break the curfew, and you will be prosecuted. Hundreds of officers from police and sheriff departments from across the region and state are working alongside LAPD through a unified command structure. I wanted to let the
So now she's trying to get tough on the shit.
She should tell Maxine Waters.
Wow.
I really
Yeah, she's
dislike
getting
that
tough.
lady.
Yeah, she's horrible. How did she? You know what? The fact that she won because she's the mayor.
Well,
Like,
she was
how bad were
handpicked.
the other candidates?
CIA. No, no, no. She was handpicked.
No, because you now
No,
you now you now you- now you're not giving people enough credit for like the black woman on the fucking the black woman on the ballot in a woke city. Like, stop it, man. It ain't
no.
CIA.
I'm just
I'm from DC. The CIA. It don't take the CIA to get a black woman elected. Fucking man. Stop it, man. Stop.
okay.
A
I'm
black
just
woman
saying
can get
she's had
elected, man,
hits.
in a
Oh
woke
well, that's
city
true.
any fucking time, man. What the fuck are we talking
I
about?
didn't
Like,
even. I didn't even know. I didn't even
that's
know she
like
was
that's
black. I
like
thought she was something
LeBron.
else.
That's like saying LeBron scored 40 points last night because the CIA helped him score 40 points. Like, these things are like, everything is not a conspiracy, man.
Exactly.
Listen, listen. She's a black woman. What I'm saying is there were no better black women. There were no better trans people. There was no better Latino fucking disabled fucking, you know what I mean? Like, person with like dyslexia or something. Like, there was no, like, it's just like, gosh, she's awful. She's awful. The way she handled the fires 4 months ago was dreadful. I mean, that was abysmal the way she handled the fires. The way she's handling this
And yeah, there's
up until
no
this
calls
point.
for
You
impeachment.
don't feel. You don't believe that
There's
it's
no
on
calls for
purpose.
there's no
You don't
calls
believe
for
that this
No,
impeachment.
incompetence is on
no,
like
things happen.
they.
No, things
Okay.
happen. Things happen. People suck at stuff. People suck at stuff. Like when I played basketball, there were people that couldn't play. There were some people that could play. There were some people that sucked. There were guys that couldn't play that started. There were guys that were good that were on the bench.
I
The
think she's
CIA
just.
had nothing to do with our team.
I think she's
Man,
just woken up.
it's
I
more
think
like
she's just woken up.
white man can't jump, and it's Billy Hoyle and Wesley Snipes running games and shit.
I think she's
Hustling.
just woken up. This woman. She's speaking different from what she was before.
Listen, some people get where they are for different reasons. I just can't believe, like, she's awful. Like, at least the mayor of New Orleans, that black one, you can see she got a little spiciness to her. She speaks. Somebody's chewing fucking like peanuts. Somebody eating peanuts in our fucking ear and shit. But it's listen, you can see how some of the mayors are. Like, even the mayor of Chicago, he's a charlatan. He's a, you know what I'm saying? He's
Johnson,
if you
yeah.
can hear it, we can hear it, man. He who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is eating Funyuns?
Like, in
Fucking
the mic.
rookie.
Like, but yeah. Oh, we got Wicked here, man. Wicked. What percentage of guys in the joint you think are involved in some kind of LGBT activity, man?
Pause.
Yeah,
I mean, I
Wicked.
think,
Tell us.
yeah, who's making all that noise though? For real, man, rookie. I couldn't
Yeah,
tell
go
you.
ahead.
I honestly,
Wiki, you need to answer for your people, bro. Why y'all wilding out in California, bro?
I
we,
thought
we
all
just
the
trying to, we
stories
just trying,
are
we just
that
trying to
the
be like, yo, man.
officers are always catching them doing stuff in the corners.
You know what they say, man? Everybody want to be a son until it's time to be a son.
Bro, nobody wants to be a son. I'm a son. I don't want to be a fucking son. Stop.
Nah, I mean, look, listen, man. We're under attack, Meg.
Everybody wants to be sunny until the sun burns your eyes out.
Until you catch a straight bullet or something. I don't know. Anyway.
So I would like to say this. I mean, I think the same thing goes true for the Summer of Floyd. I really, y'all put too much emphasis on the Juice Crew and the CIA, the Illuminati, and yada yada yada. Man,
Who does?
the emphasis is on the white liberals. I think most of these people
Yes.
wilding out.
I was about to say that. I saw a roster of people locked up. I think it was in Austin, Texas. You would think it was the Manson family.
The
I
Wow.
was
Antifa
like,
All Stars.
all stars, bro. I'm
There's
talking about
always,
like one,
there's
like
always
I think
big money behind them.
I think it
Always.
was like eight mugshots. One was an umbrito.
Wow.
Think about that.
Yeah. That is
I mean, like
crazy.
them burritos out there cutting grass and shit, bro. They ain't got time for that shit, bro. And
Yeah, I
and
mean, I mean, if
the
they find,
Norteños and the
yeah,
Sorrentos and the cartel, man, they too busy selling drugs, making money,
yeah,
killing each other, bro.
yeah. Like
It, it
if we're
it's
not
these
busy,
orange adjacent American citizens, liberals, the white liberals, the white liberal women. That's the people who are out there doing this shit, man. Like it's not that complicated. Like I just said, I mean, we kind of disagree on this point of it, but it's not that complicated. It's no conspiracy here.
no. Wait, you think it's a conspiracy?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Check out the
I,
link I just posted.
There's definitely money being funneled to LA right now.
but
Listen,
can it
Where's
can
that
it
money
be
coming from?
can it be organic though, KB? I mean, it can
What money?
also be organic,
What
right?
money and for what
Is
purpose,
is
sir?
that
There's
on
no
the table,
support.
KB?
We just talked about how there's no support. How can it be organic? Nobody gives a fuck.
People give a fuck.
It's highly
People do.
organized. It's highly organized.
Maybe you in your circles you don't see it, but I definitely see people giving a fuck.
Okay, give us an example of who outside of the Latino community is who's your biggest ally in this movement.
This is from the UK. We are right to
Hey
rise up.
man, goddamn man, I just asked him a fucking question. You fucking
Eyewitness right to court battle for
He's
Los
gonna
Angeles.
tell it. He's gonna tell us a story
goddamn.
about some random Brit doing some
Yeah.
random
Who's
unrelated
your
shit.
biggest ally?
Our biggest ally, I would say, it's got to be the white liberals. I mean,
Mm,
no one in particular comes to mind, you know. But if you look on my like Facebook feed, right, I was like a lot of umbritos in there, and obviously a lot of the focus is on what's going on with this. Now maybe KB's feed is they're talking about like butter or like knitting or whatever the fuck letters talk about, you know. But a beer, maybe like chugging beer, but I
Yeah,
see people
Tecate.
invested. You know what I'm saying? Like
mhm.
but I would say the white liberals for sure. You know the white liberals like they're trying
You
to
weren't
save the
watching the
world.
show. What can I say, Wicked?
What was it?
I don't know. Well, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I mean that's what I see. The one thing I'm saying like is people are calling this an insurrection or some shit. Think about that.
An
How
insurrection of
dumb.
what? People who shouldn't be in the country being in the country and being told to get
The,
out. Like,
these people, the Hispanics that are out there, Pantheon, are American citizens, like it or not. The
and their
I you
cousins aren't.
these illegals like right. These illegals like Max said, these illegals are busy working 2 3 jobs, and if they have time, they're not gonna risk getting grabbed. Why would they do that, Chief? But you're right though,
I think
Pantheon. They definitely got a cousin or two.
Have you seen those signs they hold up that say, "Who's going to pick your crops for you if you send us all home?"
Yeah.
We have a program called H-2A visa for migrant farm workers. There's 300,000 plus and growing numbers of documented workers that come through every year.
From Mexico.
Yeah, but they're
Mm.
documented and they're all legal.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, shit like that's been going on forever, dude. The Brazier programs. Um, but a lot of illegals are picking crops too, though. A lot of undocumented people are as well across the entire
Can
country,
I ask you a
really.
question, Wicked? I mean, like,
Yeah.
do you get offended when people say that shit? Because
No.
essentially, what they're saying is that all Mexican immigrants, all they're good for is cleaning toilets and picking vegetables, and that's the exact same thing that Democrats said after slavery. If we
They
if we
say
freed the
wipe
slaves,
asses too.
if we free the slaves, who's gonna pick
Yeah.
our cotton? So now it's
Right.
if we get rid of illegals, who's gonna clean our? So don't like. Do you take offense to that, man? Like,
You know what? I personally don't. I think to an extent it is true, right? They do pick crops, But my thing about when they say that act is that in the same breath they'll complain about they're losing jobs to these people. So make it make sense.
Well, what
Yeah,
about all the
Kathy
ones
Hochul.
in New York that don't have agriculture jobs? They're just sitting at home collecting checks.
Well, but you're talking about the Venezuelans though. That's a whole
I,
different story.
hey, can I just say it really sounds like we got Dr. Phil on the panel.
Yeah, it does. Who the fuck
Or
is that? I was thinking that. Hey, who's that? Dr. Phil? Is it you?
Who? What are you talking about?
The one
Me?
guy, he sounds like Dr. Phil.
Oh, I don't know.
I just wanted to say that 'cause
If you
Yeah,
take the super chat off, we
wait.
can have the names.
Yeah, who are you? Who are you, Dr. Phil?
Is it me?
Yeah, you.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
you,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
call me Wibbs.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Are,
All
are
right.
you
Well, we'll call
Hey,
you Dr. Phil.
let me just make an announcement before you go with. You can have the floor after this. Please support the channel, man. We're doing great work here. If we could get some of you guys to support the channel, to sponsor the show, that would be
for sure?
great, man. If
For
we get some
sure.
new people too, like some people that it would be nice to get some people that have never done it before. Step on out,
Yeah,
support the channel, make the pledge, man. The show depends on you guys. Of course,
100%.
this show's not going to get any support from YouTube. We about to go to Kick in like at 2 o'clock. We're going to go to Kick and watch this murder for this Brito YouTuber that killed this black YouTuber.
Mm.
And the Britos want us to help them get out of here. Not after that. I mean,
What?
and Tory
Right.
Lanez, you did that shit. You from hell no,
Yo,
man.
what's
We
the
need to be
score?
out.
The Black and Brown Coalition is
We're, we're making ground now. It's what, like 13-50?
Oh man, 1350. I don't know. The last couple of weeks is 2-0, man. I can
I
tell you
don't
that
know,
much.
man. I don't know, man. Chief, look. I hope you're right. I'm not gonna lie to you. Try to even the score.
Yeah,
We're trying to make it a game. All right.
yeah, man. Yeah, y'all are doing your thing. Let's see.
Wait, but hold up, Dr. Phil. Are you new here?
Yeah, but I'm a member of the channel though.
Oh, cool, man. Welcome to the panel, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Dr. Phil.
Oh, that's all I had to say for now.
Okay. Okay. Wow. A guy who doesn't just talk because he's got a mouth. That's great. Um, yeah, so this guy right here, this guy right here. Oh yeah, I need to go to TikTok. I heard a lot of there's some Mexicans that are breaking ranks, man. Have you seen that in real life?
Have I seen it? No, not really. I mean, I know a lot of people don't support. No one supports the like Bernie shit from what I've seen in my feed anyway.
Hmm.
But they definitely feel compelled to. They feel compelled to do something because whatever that something may be, right? Because they feel attacked. It seems anyway. But no one agrees with Bernie shit.
Nobody believes what Bernie says.
Nah, no one believes in Bernie shit.
Oh, Bernie shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that um, I've just heard that several Latinos saying like they desecrated Kobe's mural, and people are very upset about that,
Who
man.
Yeah,
did?
yeah, I
Did they
saw that.
really?
Who did that? I want to know.
That
Who
that's that,
did
that
it?
gotta be the Antifa people. That's a whole nother level of disrespect.
Yeah, they
It's the
did that.
second
The
time.
Umbritos ain't do this. I promise you that right now. The Umbritos ain't
I
do
Hey,
this.
thought Latinos loved
totally
Kobe.
organic. Totally organic.
No,
So you're saying that this Kobe shit is a part of like the plot? What do you
No,
mean?
I
What do you?
think they're just. I'm thinking that they're just tearing up shit as much as they can.
Nah, this was
I,
not the Umbritos.
why you say that? Tell me why.
Man, the Umbritos fuck with Kobe. Like they're not
Umbritos would
gonna.
have tagged it. They would have tagged it, right? They would have
They
put
would have
their
put like Sureño 13 on it or something, you know?
They did this before when
Hey,
the
I'm
riots
sure
weren't
it was
going
there
on, though.
somewhere.
Kobe is basically an Umbrito, right?
He's
I
married to
mean,
a Mexican.
he married to a woman. You could tell that he embraces the culture. He's basically an hombrito, bro. I mean, I know he's her brother. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's y'all's, but he's like a honorary hombrito.
Okay. All right. All right. Listen. I'm just I don't know too much about burrito culture, the real. I mean I know Hispanics, but the real burrito culture, like you know what I mean? Like y'all, you say they wouldn't do this. You say burritos
Nah,
wouldn't do this,
nah.
but what if they're like think about it? They're
They're
mad at
just
black
mad.
supporting them.
Nah, no. I guess, man. I haven't heard nobody give a fuck about something.
You
I,
haven't
no,
heard people
I,
talking,
seen it.
man.
I seen it on Twitter where black folks are saying, "Y'all need us, but we're not gonna help y'all." It's like,
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Terrible. Mr. Terrible says there was a little protest in Tampa today, but some MAGA people showed up. Wow.
I mean, look at that. His daughter's on this mural. Nah, I would be surprised if it was on burritos. And if it were on burrito, he gotta be like a crackhead on burrito. I'm telling you right now,
Mm,
I could guarantee it, Chief. It's gotta be Antifa.
mm.
I think it's none of the above. I think it's just one guy who's got his own agenda.
Antifa, right? One guy that's
Or could be some mad feminist. He was accused of rape, don't forget.
mad feminist.
I think there's probably plenty of Mexicans who don't care about Kobe Bryant.
Hmm. Hey, maybe so. I guess.
Oh, how long ago
Maybe
was
maybe
it
it
that
was you,
Luka
KB.
Doncic paid to have that mural restored?
I'm sure they're gonna restore it. I'm sure they could do it. KB, where were you yesterday, bro? How we know it wasn't you?
I was on the show yesterday.
Yeah, but you're always talking about basketball. You coach it. You're invested in it. Maybe you're mad about the
I mean, what,
signings.
what do you think KB stands
Maybe,
for?
maybe you have an axe to grind about the super signings,
Do you
bro.
know what? I've only just got that. So it's Kobe Bryant, your profile name.
Yeah, get over it,
Yeah.
dude. The signings ain't coming
Ah,
back, bro. The signings are not coming back. Get over it.
Yeah, I'm not fucking 13 years old. Like, I don't care.
Um. So yeah. Wow. This is interesting though. Like, does this thing have legs, Wicked, or is the curfew like
No, I
over?
think it got legs, Chief. I mean, but you know what, man? I think Trump putting out the National Guard was the right move. Just to not, because the Democrats were gonna let it just grow, get out of their control. It would have spread like kind of like with George Floyd, right? But with the
Uh-huh.
guard there, I feel like it tempered things. It kept things. I mean, it was still emotional for sure, but it kept things in within the control of the government. Do you know what I mean?
If he hadn't brought out an actual goal, we'll see some of us Floyd again. And it's different. I say it's a different Trump this time.
Yeah,
They
what
need,
he
to shoot,
said.
they need to shoot a few of these bastards.
Yeah, what he said. Whatever he said.
Well, um, yeah. So yeah, guys, in a little bit we're gonna be moving over to Kick. So make sure you go sign up for Kick. I guess you gotta create an account on Kick. The link is in the pinned comment and in the description box. Because I want to do this story about the
there's an Indian in the back.
okay. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? Is that stop resisting, man?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah,
What's
I
happening?
found out that the number two and number three illegals that are coming from the south of the border are Indians and Chinese.
Of course they
And
are.
Oh,
I have a little different take than Wicked. Send every single one of those dirty ass Patels back.
Have
I
you
don't
seen
give
the
a fuck.
video of the lion
Stinky
going to get
ass.
a homeless Indian man and didn't even bother to eat
mm.
it? Eat him.
Wait. Does that mean that you also stink? stop resisting?
No, I grew up here. The culture changed me.
He's
So
got white
you
blood.
don't need curry? Do you still use curry on everything? Yes or
Yeah,
no?
I shower though. I shower though.
Yeah,
We don't
but
we
that's
don't
not
we
Hey,
don't we
Indian
don't
food is
use
good
sewage
shit.
water.
Ike, if you eat enough curry, no, ain't no shower gonna take that smell away from you.
I was going to say, like, you go on public transport and you can tell
Yeah, ain't no amount of
immediately.
showering gonna help you with that one. Stop
Body
No,
resisting.
it's not the
odor and
shot. No,
curry.
it's not the body odor. It's the spices that stick on your clothes. Believe me, it's the spices that stick on your clothes.
Oh, okay, if you say so.
It's that turmeric. It's that red chili powder.
I'm with Pantheon on this one. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm pretty sure that you like the ones that should go away stink. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
See?
but why should we go away? We're citizens. We're not illegals. I'm not defending illegals like
Oh
you
no
are, though,
no no!
Wicked.
I'm not saying that the ones that are legal should go. Although feel free to do so. I'm talking about the ones that are illegally here, right? You said they should go and that they stink.
Right.
All I'm saying.
But you say they should stay because they're
Oh
your
hell
people.
no! I don't
They're
look.
illegals.
They could stay or go for all I give a fuck.
Wicked is por la raza.
Oh, so you don't care if they stay. So
No,
if they stay and they're illegal, you don't care.
the Patels.
Both Patels and Umbritos.
No, I've said that here before. If they're not here breaking laws, like committing violent acts, and they're just here
But they did
working,
break a law,
they cross the border, right?
right?
What if they're here working 3 jobs?
Okay, Wicked. What if someone enters your house? You leave your house locked. They know how to pick it. They enter it. They come and move into your spare bedroom because they vacuum your house and do your washing up and do your laundry. They
Yeah.
can stay in your house.
So Pantheon, I've heard that argument a lot, right?
Yeah, but
And
it's a,
fine.
it's a very simple argument.
I'm answering you. I'm answering you. I've heard that argument, and fine. I get where you're getting at. However, that is honestly completely different.
It's
Completely
not
different.
different.
So you're gonna equate like the country to my own house,
Yes,
but
because your
that
house is locked. Order, house, country. Someone walks in. Someone breaks into the country. They stay in a
Pretty
state.
simple
They stay in
You
analogy.
their
have you have
bedroom.
yeah, I mean,
sovereignty over your
but
house, just like the country has sovereignty.
right, but
Because
my
because they do all your
but
menial
my
tasks in
house,
your house, it's
but
fine whether they're there.
but
And
my
because
house,
they had their child in your house, they can stay there.
but my house is literally different than an
It's not
entire
different
country.
though.
It actually is different. If we're speaking objectively, if we're being honest, it is different. I get what you're
Yo, Wicked.
saying.
So Wicked. When you go to a different country, then you say I'm about to go back home. That's your home, isn't it? The United States.
No, my home is India.
Okay, come
But
on, man.
why
Don't
why do you
deflect, man.
travel
You're
abroad
smarter
with
than
your
that, Wicked.
passport, Wicked? Why don't you just like
Well,
swan
what,
up on a boat and say,
what kind of
"Hey,
question was
I'm here
that?
for a
Stop
2 week
resisting.
holiday"?
You know what the answer to the question you asked is.
No, I don't know because you didn't
No, I'm not.
answer the
I'm
house
talking
one,
to
so I don't
stop
know.
resisting. You asked me a question that you know what the answer is.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
because you're
I asked you
equating.
what
No,
I
no,
asked
no.
you.
He's talking to me. He's talking to me. Because you're equating. You're saying that your house is different than the United States, your home. So it's the same thing. If you're outside the United States, you're gonna say I'm going back home, which is the
It
United
is the
States.
same concept.
Look. But you got to understand what I'm saying. I'll give you your point. I understand what you're saying. Do you understand what I am saying? It is literally different. Like
No, it's not different,
we
Wicked.
can't compare an entire nation, right, to
Yes, we
my
can.
house.
We are.
Yeah, it is. It's the same thing. It's a piece of land that's owned by a group of people. The house is a land that's owned by you. It's something that's owned by, and then that's it. And it's just people who came in uninvited because they think they're entitled to what's yours.
How about this, Wicked? Let's just pretend that you know what the fuck we're talking about. Would you let somebody come into your house and let's say somebody comes into your house unannounced, right?
Right.
You're out of town, you come back, somebody's in there, and they'll say, "Look, man, I'll go up on the rent with you. I'll pay for the room." You know what I'm saying? I'll
Yeah.
pay for the room. I got the room next to your daughter, next to your daughter, and I'll pay for the room and I'll buy some groceries. Is that a better example for you? Did that pass
Well,
your fucking test?
no, but I look again, like I said a second ago. I understand what
Okay, then
that
answer the fucking
energy.
question. Then go ahead, answer
No,
the question then, since you
no.
understand. See, this is why you guys gotta leave, man. We gotta get you out of here, man. You can't even understand. You
But
can't.
but you're acting like you don't understand what I'm saying.
Yo,
It's
you're
completely.
not.
It's complete.
Yeah,
How
but
can we compare
this is
my
the
like a
dynamic.
single house to an entire
Hold on,
continent?
Wicked. This is the dynamic between us. You'll come over here. You won't learn our language, just like you're doing now with this analogy. You're not trying to learn our language
No,
that
but
we're
I
trying to speak
understand the
with.
analogy. I do
No,
understand what you're saying,
but
but
you're
it is different.
the same. You're embodying the stance, the embodying the countenance that Ombritos take when they come to America. You're like, fuck it, I'm not gonna speak the language. I'll be here for 30 years, won't even speak a lick of English.
But the gliders did that. The gliders did that same shit though.
Yo, listen.
No, they
The
did
the
not.
Wops did that shit, man. The Wops did that shit. The Polacks
Okay,
did that shit.
first of all, you beaners do not learn the language after 30 years. The
The Wops
Italians,
did that shit, and the
they learned the
Polacks do it.
language. Their children, the next generation, were playing American sports. Okay, they didn't even grow up speaking Italian.
You forgot
Okay,
about the mix, Wicked.
But hey, but you're acting like their children don't speak English. What are you talking about? Here I am talking to you in English. What do you
yeah,
mean?
but they themselves don't learn
The
the
Wops
language.
did the same shit though, dude. The Wops and the Polacks, for example, did the same shit. The
They
mix
learn the language.
wouldn't have spoke it either if they didn't speak it over there. If they were not conquered by the Brits. They wouldn't have spoke English either. They did it too. What about that, bro?
Well, when's the last time you called? When's the last time you called some helpline and it says press 3 for Polish?
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly.
Maybe once.
Or press 3 for Italian.
Dude, that was so long ago, dude. But you're acting like the mass migration from the Italians was recent. It was not recent.
It doesn't matter. They could have still
but the point is,
language there.
it does matter. The point is that when they came here in mass, they didn't learn English.
They did learn English and they were waving the American flag.
No, they did not. No, they didn't.
Yes,
they were rocking.
Yes, they did.
No, they did. Oh, okay. We're not going to agree.
Why are
on
we
this 'cause
talking about what happened 100 years ago? We're talking about right now.
But I'm equating it to the fact they said that these people don't want to learn English. The
It
Wops
doesn't
didn't learn
equate
English.
because you people don't want to learn English.
The Wops didn't want to learn English either.
They did learn English.
No,
after
they didn't. No,
Yes,
they
did.
didn't.
Brought English over.
It
What
used
are you
to
talking
be a
about,
fucking issue. I've read books on this. There used to be a fucking issue.
Okay,
Well,
anyway,
then Wicked, you would know that German.
Get the point. You don't want to answer it. If someone walks into your house,
I already answered it. I answered that question.
Well,
I
what
said
was your
no.
answer? Because I didn't hear it.
I said
you
no.
didn't.
So that's a double standard, Wicked. You said no, right? That's a double standard.
But that's fine.
As long as it doesn't affect your house, you don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. That's how you want to take it. I already explained to you my reasoning for it.
We used to ride horses to work.
What was that? What?
The Wops used to ride horses to work.
What about it? Yeah, and they were doing it not knowing English. They were doing it not speaking English.
Can we move on? Are we really on topic if we're going back that far with it, though?
Well, but I'm bringing it up for a reason. I'm not bringing it up just to bring it up.
Wicked. You guys came in here illegally. We didn't ask you guys to come here. Okay, you guys just forced yourself on here.
Yeah.
Without anybody's permission, breaking the law and all that other stuff. You're not entitled to come to another country just because you feel like it.
Yeah, but
okay?
S-Freak, look, let me throw a curveball at you, dude.
It doesn't work like that.
Let me throw a curveball at you, though, dude. I don't give a fuck if they get deported. How about that part? If they get deported, I honestly don't give a fuck.
And anyway, I think if it's a case of fruit picking, I think gliders can survive 3 years without oranges and avocados if it means all these illegals are going back.
Did you hear what I said, S-Freak?
Yeah, I heard you.
What if I told you that I don't give a fuck if they deport them? What do you think about that?
If we could make self-driving cars, we can make self-picking robots.
What was that, S-Freak? What was your answer?
Do you really not give a fuck? Because it
I
seems
don't
to
give
me
a
like you
fuck.
do.
I don't give a fuck at all.
Wicked,
Yeah,
I have
I
a
agree
question.
with you, Wicked.
So
KB,
what
Whoa,
KB can
Wicked,
this prick answer the question? Do you mind if you answer the
Ki-
question? Thank you,
what
KB.
was the question?
Well, you answered then, KB, since you want to talk. What if I told you I don't give a fuck if they deport these people?
What what is that supposed to mean?
Take it at face value, bro. I don't know what else to phrase it.
he's saying, what if he?
Wicked, do you know which language group, which nation of immigrants it took the longest to stop speaking their language?
The burritos.
See,
The burritos? I mean, yeah, you're right.
see what I mean?
Okay, so what about it?
No, it was the Germans.
Oh, okay, so then are you trying to make my point for me, or what are you doing?
Well, yeah, I was trying to teach you something new because
Well, then there you
you said
go.
you wrote a book on it, so
To
maybe
the
you could
guy that was
elaborate
giving,
on
I
why
think it
it's
was I that said it.
relevant.
There you go.
It's
I
not
know you don't want
relevant,
to learn
dude.
Spanish, the English speaking. The Germans didn't want to learn English either. So there you go. Thank you, KB.
It's not a good point.
No, but I brought up to me the fact that the Umbritos don't want to learn English. And all I said was that the gliders, when they immigrated here, they
But
didn't
they
want to learn English.
did, and now they do.
Their
So
children
whatever
did.
issue you're creating,
Their
it's not an
children, their
issue. It
children
wasn't
learned
an
English.
issue.
Their children
They
learned
had
English.
their own newspapers. Yeah, that's great. And
But
then
their
eventually they
children learned
learned
English.
English because they realized that was smart. That was the
Yeah,
right decision.
their children learned English. And you know whose other children learned English? The Beaners. The children of the Beaners, of the wetbacks, they learned
Yeah, but
English.
the
Yeah, and their
problem is
parents
they're
don't even care
not.
about them because they have
Yes,
their
they are.
children
What are
as
you talking about?
translators. They
They
have
go
their
to
children as
they
translators for them
I
every single
I
minute.
keep hearing how the wetbacks kids go to school here
You,
for free. They're speaking English in school, dude. And I'll do you one more, KB. White people tax because this is what I hear from you guys. White people tax dollars are going to teach these kids English, so their kids are learning English. Here I am, for example. I grew up in a neighborhood of immigrants.
Okay, now let somebody answer the goddamn question. Go ahead. What is your response, man? Somebody respond. Wicked not
I
even
think
let you respond to this.
Wicked, you should.
Nah,
I
fuck
think
that.
there's so much
Fuck that.
there's so much
Jesus
incentive
Christ,
to
bro.
not learn English because everything is catered Spanish here is like almost like a equivalent language to English here. Like you don't really even have to learn English because you got everything at your disposal. Like you got the translators, you got press two for Spanish, all the shit that's written in Spanish.
But stop
So there's like
resisting.
it's not really that much incentive to learn English in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fact alone really shuts down any. I don't know what
No,
fucking point
no,
you have
but
next,
not.
Wicked.
That's not true though. Stop resisting. Are you telling me that the children of the immigrant Hispanic immigrants, Burrito immigrants, they're not learning English? Their children?
It's
No, I'm saying what I'm
irrelevant.
saying is
That part is
they
irrelevant.
right. They don't really have that much incentive because they
But they
know
are learning it
there's
though.
so many of them, illegal or not. The fact that
Immigrants.
Spanish is like it's in the lexicon of the at least
Yeah.
the South,
I'll
right?
get no here too. I'll
So
give you that.
they don't care about like not they'll go to like the ER, right?
Yeah.
And they won't speak a lick of English, not even care about because they know they're gonna have somebody that's gonna
Yeah. But
be their
but
interpreter.
but stop resisting. You're a smart guy. Do you get
Sometimes.
why? Do you get why I bring up the glider immigrants? How they didn't learn English either.
You don't let them butter you up. Don't let them butter you up.
But stop resisting. Do you see why I bring it up and why it's relevant and why I'm saying it?
Well, I mean, look, bringing up something like
It
happened
matters though.
a
It
hundred plus
matters
years ago, and
because it's
also the
relevant.
fact is, I don't see any of those immigrants having interpreters in all these different areas, schools and ERs and all, press two for Spanish. Like that's irrelevant now. What you're talking
Yeah.
about,
You
it's
know what?
irrelevant.
Stop resisting a long time ago. You made a comment that I never forgot, and it actually applies to this. I told you once, and I'll make it quick. I told you once how all the Patels I see are like respectful, timid, quiet. They're not like thugs. They're very meek. And you told me, well, if India was right next to the US, you'd get all the piece of shit Patels. So you said, and I was like, wow, that's a great point. Well, unfortunately, we're next to Burrito land, and we're gonna get a lot of piece of shit on burritos. You made that point. It's a good point.
So kick
And
them
when you
out.
get
Okay.
them, you
Yeah,
send
So
them
I
kick them
back.
agree.
out. Kick them out.
And when you,
A
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
a
kick them all
lot of
out.
them
Fuck it.
only know the menu items at McDonald's through the drive-through speaker.
Yo, but I will say this about what he just said. I've gone to burrito restaurants like McDonald's or Burger King, and the food is good when they burritos make it. It's very good.
Mm, mm. Okay. Wow.
Or if you want Spanish food, you go Mexican food, go to Mexico.
But Pantheon, have you ever even visited the USA? Have you even
Yes,
like
I've been many times.
on vacation? Okay, cool.
Like I've said that so many times
Have
before
you
that I've
ever had
gone so many
Mexican food
times.
over there?
I'm trying to prove the cuisine argument. Oh well, at least you have good cuisine or something. It doesn't matter, dude. Having a lot of burritos in our country is actually a drain
Yeah,
more than
facts.
it's a benefit.
I had a
It's just
chuck out.
Also,
proof.
I don't really think they're bad people. You know, in general, they're not bad people. It's not like I hate them. Like, honestly, if there's a Mexican doctor here who's like the best doctor in the world, but he's here illegally, he's got to go.
I had a chuck out. I had a chuck
Yeah,
out.
fuck that doctor.
I had a chuck out of burrito in Croydon the other last week, and it's served by Patel's.
I mean, the fact that there's an incentive for them to come here. Think about that.
I want to say this.
Okay.
Hold on.
Uh,
Let me just interject, man. Wicked, you're one of the rational hombredos, right?
Okay.
I would think because you're part of
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
No. He's part of our nation. He's one of the rational hombredos.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
not he's not an hombredo from the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Just like how y'all would say the black people on our nation are among the more rational blacks. In that same vein,
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about,
for
right?
sure.
Right. If you're one of the more rational burritos, that doesn't speak well for the rest of you guys, where the rest of you guys probably realistically are on this issue.
Yeah, but you know what? You kind of describe them burritos regularly when you say that. Me and you have said that on burritos, they're busy working, man. They're busy raising their kids. They don't really.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really. You know what I'm saying? They're busy
Mm-hmm.
working and raising kids and drinking
No,
alcohol.
I
You know,
got you.
that's literally what they do. I
No
put my hand to
problem.
God.
They're busy living in your spare bedroom, no issue.
No,
Yeah,
they're
but
gonna get
Wicked,
escorted
that's
out at
not what this
gunpoint,
show's
Pantheon.
about. This
They're
show's
gonna get
about the minority,
Pantheon. They're
the
gonna get
20 out
escorted
of
out at
100.
gunpoint. You know what I'm saying, Pantheon?
I didn't hear.
And I those they're gonna get escorted out of my house at gunpoint, and I'll let them pick what gun I use. What gun you want pointed at you? You want the Beretta,
Okay,
or
we finally got an answer after like 50
you want the Beretta, or you
Good
want
stuff.
the Smith and Wesson, or perhaps the Glock? Let me know. Or
Got
or,
there in
or
the end, wicked, good stuff.
All right. Well, you know what, man? Hey, man, I can understand that you guys don't want to leave, and I wouldn't want to leave either. So, I think that's basically what's happening.
That's logical.
It's kind of like your kid. I mean, it's fucking 10 o'clock on a weekday. They don't want to go to bed, but it's 10 o'clock on a weekday, so you got to go to bed. It's just that simple.
yeah, you know what argument I haven't really heard that I really would want to hear from the gliders that I would accept is they keep focusing on these low skill immigrants, right? They don't even speak English, right? They're not necessarily a threat for their job security, right? What I don't hear the gliders talking as much about is like about me. I'm Ron Burgundy. I always say that out here. I'm Ron Burgundy, right?
Mhm.
I'm a child of an immigrant, right? And here I am. I took a job that could have potentially been a glider's or a sunman, right?
Right.
My kids are gonna do the same, right? They're gonna look. I'm gonna
Mm.
be honest. Like my kids are probably gonna end up with glider queens. I had like a vision, right? They're gonna end up with glider queens, bro. They
You
should.
already dating them?
They're not
Already
looking. They're not
dating?
looking beyond the horizon at the
They
issue
dating
at hand.
glider queens right now?
You said what?
Are they dating glider queens right now?
No, my kids are toddlers. I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
one day when they become of age. Because I'm telling you,
You have like a 6-year-old, don't you?
half of my cousins, like I told you this, half of my
Yeah.
cousins are with glider queens. I told you that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. This.
Think about that. Half.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No, I
fucking
got you.
crazy.
I got you,
That's
man.
what I want to hear from the gliders. They're talking about. They're focused on the immigrant themselves, the low skill,
The
non-industry.
issue, Wicked, we're focused on the criminals and the gangbangers
That's
and
not
all the
true.
other awful
No,
people.
that's bullshit.
Wicked, we don't care who you're dating in the gliders section. That's not the concern at all.
KB just said is bullshit. That's
Really?
not what they're not worried about though.
I
Just
mean,
the violent
I
criminals.
can only speak for myself, and then
So
you
so
can project
so
that
you're okay?
onto the
You're
group.
okay with an illegal here that's just outright working and raising a family? You're okay with them being here, or what are you saying?
I think everyone who's illegal should get interrogated, and then they should make a decision.
Oh
They should
wow!
be
So you heard
deported.
that? So my guy KB is okay with Maria staying and working. My man.
Mm.
I
I'm
know
not
I
sure
like
how
you,
you
KB.
interpreted that from my answer, but okay.
But that's what you said. You said they
I
should be
think you're putting
interrogated.
words in people's
You said they
mouths.
Yeah,
should be
you're very
interrogated and then determined.
disingenuous, Wicked.
So you're saying that once they get interrogated and they determine one of them, that says to me that they could possibly stay, right? You said interrogated and then determined.
Let me read
Well,
these.
see, we live in a system, Wicked, and if they want to cooperate and maybe give up some information, then maybe they could get a pass. Depends
Let
on
me
what kind
read
of
these super
information they have.
chats. Let me read these super chats. Salute to Douglas Chunks, man. Ock Nation Hall of Famer, man. In the building.
Alaska.
Douglas Chunks says, how would Wicked feel if 20 million tigers moved into Mexico and demanded citizenship without assimilation of millions? Quickly, Wicked,
I can
please.
answer that. He
Yeah,
wouldn't care. He's not
I
in
wouldn't give a fuck.
Mexico.
Yeah, answer that for me. You know the answer today. Why would I give a
Okay,
fuck?
okay, Wicked. Your whole listen. You don't care about like black people. African Americans are annoyed that Chinese are taking over Africa. It's not. You telling me it doesn't? You wouldn't give a fuck
No,
if the
That's
Chinese took
hilarious.
over Mexico.
no, I wouldn't
I
give a
just
fuck.
don't.
No. Look, I honestly, genuinely don't wouldn't give a fuck. What does
Wow.
it? How does it affect me? You know, I'm American, right? What the fuck do
Okay,
I?
let me read this second chat, man. Because okay, Douglas Chunk says, I've been thinking I should start a Muslim saloon dedicated to Aaliyah and call it Aaliyah's Akbar.
The singer?
Perhaps I should do less thinking. I think Aaliyah is a Muslim woman. Um,
Mm.
Ali Akbar, Alu Akbar. Yeah, man. I think Wicked though. You're representing Ombrito. I would love to have another Ombrito up here for this.
Like a liberal umbrella.
They
No,
call it.
just
They call it.
any other
Yeah,
Umbrito,
any umbrito out there, man. If you feel,
so
if
that
you
you
can
could,
feel,
so we
hit the
can
net.
see, like, so we get more
Yeah,
of a view. You know what I'm saying? Like how it is, because you're pretty based.
yeah.
I want the Umbrito that's pissed.
Like they
You
call it
know,
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, like, because usually Wicked is like very sharp, always kind of clear minded on all the topics. But I'm kind of
Wicked was
surprised that he's
originally white.
taken this
He
route.
converted, but he still has some tendencies deep inside.
what's up, new guy? What's happening, man? New guys
Not
be good.
much. Just been kind of hearing the tirade in the background for a good while.
What are your thoughts on this, man?
Okay. I wasn't really listening all the way, but I heard Wicked. Basically, he wants like the villain. So I'll be that. Like I'll say it this way, because there's a lot of other gliders in here that are just not being honest. Like for one, let's be honest. Like you do care if your glider children are dating Mexicans. You do care. Like let's can we agree on that? Everyone here, you do care.
No,
Okay.
I'm a glider. I don't care.
Okay, then you're a fucking cuck, dude. Like let's make that clear. You do care.
All right, go ahead.
No, I don't. In fact, I'm married to a Polynesian.
Okay, so good job, dude. Like that's just going to contribute to the further demographic change of the country. So I mean, like if we're
Bro,
if
worry
you
about yourself.
if
Yeah,
you
mind your own damn business.
we're in a country, okay? Everyone is everyone's
Bro,
business
aren't you
when it comes to.
Canadian?
Okay, how about you both just shut up then? If you're just
Well,
gonna
they're
like,
our hat. They're our hat. KB, go ahead. Go ahead.
it's simple. Like if you're afraid of demographic change, like that's why we don't want these illegals coming in at the end of the day, right? Because of the demographic change. So if that's the case, then you should also not want your glider kids to procreate with non-gliders, because that would also add to that demographic change. Yes or no? Okay, so yes, okay, and then so that is just that simple. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Yeah, it's a demographic change, and you can't expect Wicked to, really go against it, because he's a part of the arriving class, and also
Proud of it.
yeah, I'm proud of it. Exactly. Yeah, and like, why are we pretending as if? What does it really matter if it's legal or illegal? What does it really matter if Wicked's children speak English or not? Like at the end of the day, you're putting groups of people together that fundamentally don't give a fuck about other groups. So that just can't work. It's that simple. And the guy who married like a Polynesian lady, like your kid will not really be white. He won't identify that way. So
Nah,
maybe
he's gonna do. White is never the. If you got a smidget of anything else, you drop
One
white.
drop rule.
That happens.
Exactly. And maybe obviously he doesn't care because he married a Polynesian woman.
I'm not ashamed of anything I've done.
I'm not saying you're ashamed. What I'm saying is just like at the end of the day, the result of that is ultimately a demographic one, and that's basically one of the biggest themes here that we're talking about, right? So that has to be realized and understood.
Homie told you, I'm not ashamed. Like, damn, bro. Did anybody say you were ashamed?
Exactly. Yeah. It's not like where no one's trying to like throw shots or anything, but like, yeah, it is something that has to be
No, you opened up with "you're a cuck." That's how you started.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was why I had to say something.
To be clear, it wasn't necessarily you. It was really just like the critical mass of white people on Auk Nation who just seem to be unwilling to be like truly honest about what is going on.
Hey.
And it just gets annoying after a while.
Hey, new guy does have a point, because like on Twitter, I tell you what, nothing can rile up the white guys, the alt right, using air quotes. Nothing can rile them up quicker than them seeing a mud shark, or them seeing a white chick getting beat up by a black dude. Oh man,
that gets it out of them.
They'll go to war. They'll go to war behind that. They'll go to war behind white women, I believe.
But even if that was
DNA.
not true, let's say that was not true. That no one truly like when I think of like race mixing, like I'm not thinking so much like, oh, it's disgusting, mud sharks, oh, they're gross. I mean, it is true, like they are gross, but like I don't really care so much about that part. The part that I do care about is just like it's a demographic loss for gliders, period. That's the real like important part of that issue.
Has anyone here read Theodore Bilbo's book?
On what?
Take your choice. Separation or mongrelization.
No.
Please tell us.
He wrote it in about 1943. It's online. It's very good.
And also, like I mean, you guys grilled Wicked pretty hard here, but like,
Wicked brought that on himself.
That wasn't even a hard.
But here's the thing, like here's the thing with Wicked though. Like, I feel like when you guys criticize him, you're like almost in some ways not even being honest, because like why are we pretending that illegal immigration is the problem? It's really not. It's legal immigration.
Why are we entertaining Wicked?
Immigration, period. That's what it is.
Wicked's in the back.
It's funny.
It's immigration, period. But like some of the white guys here are still unwilling to say that and are pretending that it's only an illegal thing and pretending they don't care if an burrito dates their daughter or their son when they really should. If they don't,
But
it's like,
it's still
come on now.
programming. It takes a while to get rid of that programming.
Hey,
No, maybe if one of my children dated outside their race or married outside their race, they're dead to me.
Yo, I think think about what the Canuck just said. The Canuck just said that our nation people here are not being honest. This is one of the most honest places you've ever been, Canuck. So what does that tell you about the?
Yeah, I agree, Wicked. I really do.
So what is the issue? What does that tell you about the fucking issue ahead, Canuck? No solution.
Who are you talking about, Canuck? Where is this coming from? Just because we didn't rip on Wicked hard enough?
No, the Canadian, the Canuck.
No,
I'm talking to the Canadian.
Okay, it's not that.
So was KB. So was KB.
You dense Wicked.
The issue is not that you. It's not the magnitude of how you ripped on Wicked or not. It's not so much that. It's just that even when you do rip on him, you're even not really being honest about what the pro-white glider argument is or ought to be, and that is, it's not about illegal immigration. It's not about whether fucking Mexicans' children speak English or not. What it really is about, just simply put, different people cannot live amongst each other in a society.
But can I respond to that?
And that's great. You can come on here and set the record straight.
Yeah, but can I respond to that, Canuck?
Of course.
I was thinking about that because I know that's your spiel. People, I notice people on here have their spiel. That's yours, right?
Yep.
I know that you believe in an ethno state, right? You could say a white ethno state, right? But can you name me a time in history, any time in history, when the gliders have gotten along in the world? The gliders don't get along, dude.
The last 40 years before the Ukrainian war, they didn't have a war in Europe for 50 years.
They're always in conflict in Eastern Europe. But
that's Wicked. That's like
that's a whataboutism.
That's like Sons saying, if
Sons
Sons weren't here, wouldn't you still need the police for gliders? Of course, they would still need the police.
But
so
this is
the
what I'm
internal
asking.
fighting won't stop the fact that they were hegemonic.
This is what I'm asking you, Canuck.
Or homogeneous, rather.
Throughout world history, I can't think of a time when the gliders were not in conflict with each other, right? Even when they came here, the ones that came to Canada, right? They were fighting the gliders that came to America.
Okay,
and the gliders that came to America were fighting the ones that ended up in Mexico.
Cool story. How does that justify or make things better by importing low IQ black?
No, I'm not saying that it makes it like minorities aside, POCs aside, right? The gliders.
Yo, you don't answer the question. You got to answer that question right there, man.
I did answer it. That's not the point I'm making.
How does
it doesn't make it better?
Fuck the point you're making. He asked you a question. What does bringing low IQ brown people and black people into the country, and then tell you
it doesn't.
Okay, so we're done then. Simple.
No, but I'm still making my point because we started off with
your point. Yes, gliders can fight amongst each other. Everyone knows that.
Right, gliders don't even get along for it to be an ethno state.
Very honorable battles.
Have been getting along, like, you know what I mean. Even with the Civil War, like, you know, okay, there were just minor disturbances between each other, but for the most
minor disturbance.
The country was stable. It wasn't like Mexico where they're fucking cutting off each other's heads all the fucking time.
Yeah,
your point sucks, Wicked. Like Germany's a nice place. France is a nice place.
I think I make a great point because he keeps talking about a ethno state like if it's possible. It's not possible.
America was an awesome place before 1965. It was an amazing. It was the best country to live on. So and. The 65 Immigration Act changed that. It's just I don't even know why we're talking about it. It's just so obviously true.
And the 19th Amendment.
And the 16th Amendment to the Federal Reserve. Don't forget that.
Whatever. But
thank you.
One, if you had to pick one over all others combined, it would definitely be Hart-Celler, no question.
That's the most recent.
No, it's not that it's just the most recent. It's the one that fucking matters. It's the one that transforms a country, a nation, a
No, the
neighborhood
Federal
into an
Reserve
economic
matters.
state.
I'm right. You're wrong.
Federal Reserve and the voting, giving women the right to vote act. Because without
How does the
amendment,
Federal
without
Reserve? You
that,
gotta
you
explain
wouldn't have had the hard
quickly.
selling.
It
Quickly
let the
explain
Jews
how the
take
Federal
over,
Reserve.
Rock.
Okay,
Get
so
Fisherman over here, guys. Come
so
on.
you're telling me you want like a multiracial state where white people are like 5% of the population, as long as the Jews don't control the banks and women can't vote? That's what you're telling me would be preferable?
Without the juice,
Did I say that?
No. Let's be honest.
Hey, everybody. I want to go over to Kick now. I want to end this stream here on YouTube. So everybody, I'm gonna give 5 minutes to go over to Kick, and then I'm shutting this down. Fucking Hannibal Lecter and shit at the bottom.
Hey, Ugg, what's going on in Atlanta right now?
Atlanta. What do you mean Atlanta? Oh, I don't. Hold on. I gotta. My thing went down. I gotta X out.
What about Atlanta?
Hold it down.
Yeah, what about Atlanta? KB.
We need to keep it moving.
But what's going on in Atlanta, KB?
Oh, some sons probably shot each other.
Oh, I thought you were the one that said, what about Atlanta?
That looks like
Pick a
Harold
city.
That looks
Oh,
like Harold
gotcha,
Covington, that guy.
Mobile, Alabama. Is Zach frozen? Did my shit freeze again?
No, don't think so.
Oh shit! I thought my ad froze again. I think I froze then.
Oh right. Yeah.
I wanted to say it's a very natural background for Act to have.
He's about to take a mugshot.
No, you're live. Live and moving.
That's what I think of. Like you're about to take a mugshot, bro.
We just need the bars, Ag.
Right?
Yeah,
The
like
bars
an
or
old
like
timey
An orange
Al Capone.
jumpsuit.
or holding the numbers in front of you.
Wow.
I saw him blink. He's moving.
He's unfrozen.
Yeah. Wow. We going over to Kick, and everybody get over to Kick right now. Y'all are here.
Yeah, I got on
Get over
kick
to
because of
Kick.
you. I got kicked because of you.
Kick is the Kick link is in the pinned comment in the chat and in the description box.
Bill Allen's in the back.
Yeah,
So
from
you'll be able to
Wyoming,
find
USA.
You'll be able to find it easily. It's in the pinned comment and it's in the link.
Hey, Bill and Alexander kind of look like they're related or something. Like they could be related.
Said all white guys look the same. Wow.
Right. What do you mean, you people?
It's DNA.
Yeah. This next story that we about to cover is
So would Rumble not
Really?
allow the graphic nature of your video, Act then?
No, Rumble is they did something with their stream key that helps you connect to StreamYard, and they changed it. For some reason they changed it. And a lot of Rumble people are talking about it. You can't stream from StreamYard with Rumble in multi-stream. Like you can't you can
okay.
you know what I'm saying, you can't they just changed their shit. I don't know why, but it doesn't work anymore. So I still have the Rumble account, and I'm hoping one day they revert back to their old thing and see that this fucks up a lot of stuff. But as of now, my backup site is going to be Kick. And Kick is a wonderful site, man. A lot of people making a lot of noise on Kick, man. A lot of people making a lot of noise. A lot of young people though. So yeah, all right, we're gonna have to shut this stream down. If you haven't moved over to Kick by now, man, you gotta look in the description box of my last couple of video live streams to get the link. If you haven't saved it right now, sorry, but we're ending this and we're going over to Kick.
Don't forget to upload the January 4th act.
See you guys in Kick. All right, Alex. See you guys in Kick. For some good old fashioned Ag Nation violence.
You guys all got Kick?
I got it because of Ag. I never used it before.
Yeah, I just started using it's wonderful, man. As far as I can tell now, we'll see now that this is the first time